Hillary Clinton tells 60 Minutes her running mate Tim Kaine is, quote, a progressive who likes to get things done. She describes herself the same way. They spoke with Scott Pelley for last night's broadcast in their first and only joint interview. Here's a look, including portions you did not see last night. Clinton describes the planned role for her vice president.
In addition to being such a close confidant and advisor to the president, somebody who may be the last person in the room before a difficult decision is made. I would very much count on Tim to be working with Congress on some of our highest priorities, taking on responsibilities for projects that we think would really help people, make us more economically prosperous, create more opportunity and jobs.
Senator, you're going to be vice president in a White House with two presidents.
I mean, it's an embarrassment of riches.
What do you think of that notion?
I think it's an all hands on deck time.
Yeah.
In addition to my husband, Tim's wonderful wife, Ann, comes with the experience of being a judge. She's the current education commissioner of the Commonwealth of Virginia. So I intend to have everybody working. It's not going to be just me and my vice president.
And I've spent time with Hillary and the president and Chelsea, and it's going to be great because I'll tell you, President Clinton is an engaging person about anything.
When we wrote that question, I expected you to come up out of your chair at me and tell me that there was only going to be one president.
Well, no, because I will be the president, but it does happen to be a historical fact that my husband served as president for 8 years, and there's a lot that happened which helped the American people during those 8 years. I want an economy that creates more jobs.
Senator, are you ready to be president of the United States?
I think I'm ready to lead. I'm ready first to be a supportive vice president so that the presidency of Hillary Clinton is a fantastic one. But if something were to put that in my path, as much as any human being would be ready, I'd be ready.
Scott Pelley is with us. Good morning.
Good morning.
This was fascinating because it was the first time we've seen the two of them together and take those questions. First of all, Hillary Clinton answering that question is essentially saying, yes, you're going to get two for the price of one again.
That's right. I was very surprised by that. I expected her to say, no, I'm going to be president.
Yeah.
And no, she said, I want Bill Clinton on board. I want Barack Obama on board. As she's put it in the interview, it's all hands on deck.
What's interesting, he was Barack Obama's favorite senator. Obama liked him a lot.
He was almost Obama's pick for vice president.
Yeah.
And now they seem to have come together with like perfect chemistry.
Well, that's true. And the fascinating thing, they looked terrific in the interview together. They were finishing each other's sentences, but they don't know each other well. And I was surprised by that. They've known each other professionally and casually, but they came across in the interview as two old friends, and that's really not the case. They're just getting to know each other.
Well, as we all know, there's no way that you can predict chemistry. You can't script chemistry. Either you have it or you don't. Yes, we did.
I think you discovered chemistry.
I'm surprised to hear, though, that they haven't known each other long because they were very at ease with each other. Did you find him boring? I almost think some people say he needs to stop saying that I'm boring.
Yes, he does, because that's inaccurate.
Yes. Although Scotty plays a harmonica, not exactly a sexy instrument.
He apparently carries a number of them with him everywhere he goes, although he didn't play the harmonica for us. But boring, no. This is a guy who knows exactly what he's doing. He was a city councilman, a mayor, a lieutenant governor, a governor, and now a senator. He knows how to campaign, and we saw that when he came out in Florida the other day.
Has he put the rest of any liberals or the left of the Democratic Party might have objected to him?
Well, people object to him on the far left, Charlie, as you know, because he's been in favor of free trade.
Right.
In favor of the Trans-Pacific Partnership. Now, Hillary Clinton has said that she does not favor free trade to the extent that she used to, or the Trans-Pacific Partnership in particular. So they were on opposite sides of that issue. Liberals don't like that. But it's amazing how immediately after they hang up the phone, a vice president's views on issues come completely into line with the candidates.
About that. Yeah.
One specific part of your interview that is drawing interest this morning is her answer to the DNC email scandal. She acted like she was not familiar with what was going on.
She had never heard of it.
I got to tell you, if I'm any reader of body language, I've known Secretary Clinton for 25 years. And I was struck as I was reading the emails to her in the interview, her eyes widened as if to say, what is this about? What are you talking about? She seemed genuinely surprised, as if
Does
she
it make
had.
sense to you, Scott, that
Well,
she
the
would?
story, Charlie,
Yeah.
had only broken a couple of hours before.
Because the interview was on Saturday?
Interview was
that's right, I
on
forgot that.
Saturday,
Okay.
and
Right,
she
right.
had been on stage introducing Tim Kaine to the other 49 states that don't know him. And I think they missed that stitch
Well, I
in
could
terms
see
of
that-
briefing her. She seemed very surprised.
Well, people could say she might not have known the story was going to break, but I think it sort of defies for many that she didn't know anything at all about the emails. I think that's the issue.
Well, the man who wrote the email about Bernie Sanders' religion, the finance chairman
Yes.
of the DNC, has been finance chairman of the DNC since 1992. He's a very well-known figure to the Clintons. I don't know how much she knew, but she was very surprised to hear the emails were out.
What's interesting, too, is the Russian involvement as to whether the Russians hacked.
Absolutely. The Democrats are saying that the Russians hacked the emails and released them the day before the convention started to affect U.S. politics.
All
Thanks,
right.
Scott.
Scott, thank you so
you,
much.
Scott.
I know-
Wonderful to be with you.
Thank you for getting up so early.
Oh,
You said it
it's
with
a
a straight
pleasure to
face.
be.
Wonderful to be with you.
It's always a
Crack
pleasure
of
to be
dawn.
with
In a
you.
great city.
And I know you're going to have more tonight on the CBS Evening News from here in Philadelphia and throughout the convention. And we'll all join Scott for our special primetime coverage that is starting tonight at 10/9 Central right here on CBS.